and a very warm welcome. I am Ruchi Sharma. With Bitcoin surpassing $100,000 and reaching new all-time highs, NFT market is also showing signs of resurgence. Will this upswing continue, or there will be hurdles in the road ahead for the NFT market? To answer these questions and many more, we have a very special guest with us, Mr. Jason Fernandes, co-founder at AdLunam. Welcome to 3.TV, Jason.
Hey, thank you so much. Appreciate you having me here.
So Jason, there is a massive surge in the overall crypto market. Bitcoin is reaching new all-time highs and Ether is also trading higher. This trend has also reflected upon the NFT market. What is the current NFT market situation and what is the outlook?
So I think that generally what happens is when right now Bitcoin is pumping, and so there's very little incentive for funds to move from Bitcoin to altcoins and then do more risky assets, because Bitcoin is generally considered less risky. So if you can basically make a similar return on Bitcoin, it makes more sense. It's much less risky to like invest in altcoins, right? So what tends to happen is when Bitcoin starts trading sideways, and there's not enough profit there, people tend to remove their money from Bitcoin and then look at altcoins that might be trading higher. So generally speaking, altcoin season tends to happen after Bitcoin. And while there have been some sort of green shoots as far as altcoins are concerned, generally speaking, they haven't shown the kind of growth that Bitcoin has. I mean, you would imagine that Bitcoin 108, literally, it was 60K just a few weeks ago, maybe. You haven't seen that sort of growth from most altcoins, maybe perhaps some of them, right? You mentioned Ethereum, but in general, a lot of altcoins are struggling, and then that goes even more so for the more risky assets. So generally, the right after altcoins would be, some things like IDOs, and then things like NFTs, because those are like slightly more risky, and then and then of course there's meme coins. I think the one thing that changes everything nowadays is that meme coins are taking a lot of the same liquidity that would previously go to NFTs, and some of which was going to IDOs, because people tend to have they have their risk profile. So you have Bitcoin as like as far as crypto is concerned anyway, low risk. Then you have like the high cap altcoins. Then when you get to the lower caps, it's much higher risk, and then the reward obviously is higher. But that space, it seems like it's going to meme coins. So we've seen like massive growth in meme coins, and that seems to be taking some of the shine away from NFTs, and then definitely more risky assets. So Pudgy Penguin seems to have recently just launched. I would be, I think that you're going to start seeing some really good gains sometime around, let's say mid-January, or maybe perhaps like just after the Chinese New Year. But right now, it's going to be a struggle, I think, for a lot of coins that are like, for let's say new token launches. So we've seen that like new tokens, I track the new token launch market very, very closely. The tokens are not doing nearly as well as you would imagine they would, given that Bitcoin is at 108, literally an all-time high the other day. So Pudgy Penguins, they have a really good name, they're well known, so they sort of pumped. I'm not sure how sustainable that's going to be. And then they're also launching a chain, Abstract. I was at the launch when they were launching it in Bangkok, and I think one of the things they mentioned is that they were not, as far as grants were concerned, and now generally speaking, a lot of blockchains, in order for somebody to develop on your chain, it costs money. And so a lot of new blockchains will have grant programs where if you're developing something worthwhile, they'll give you a grant to ensure that they increase the number of dApps on their system. What they said was with Abstract, they were not going to actually give out any grants. If you did choose to build on their system, and it was then very, very successful, then they would go ahead and look at giving you a grant. But I mean, the problem with that is that nobody's going to take that chance. There's no benefit to do that. I mean, obviously, if they're doing really well on your chain, they don't need money from you. They can get money from anybody else. So it's really a chicken and egg thing. If you want people to build on a new chain, you have to, incentivize them. You can't say, hey, only if you're successful will we then come and try to, get part of the deal either through investment or through a grant. That's not a strategy that's going to get you a lot of people. Get you a lot of places. And I mean, I fear if they use similar strategy when it comes to, the Pudgy token and stuff like that, they might have a tough road ahead.
Okay. So talking about Pudgy Penguins, they have surpassed the BIYC in market cap, and with the launch of Pengu token that you just mentioned, Pudgy Penguins is expected to enter the ranks of the top 30 cryptocurrency by market cap. What do you think is the reason for Pudgy Penguins' success?
So they've had a really good brand. I think that what happens is when you're looking at betting, it's for a lot of people it seemed like probably a safer bet than all these other tokens that are launching now that could maybe be successful, maybe they're not successful. And so I think that because of their brand and they have quite a few users and they've really sort of ingratiated themselves within the ecosystem, with the crypto ecosystem, and so because of that they've tended to be I think more successful than a lot of companies that are trying to do the same thing. And like I was saying, I think sustainability is going to be really, really difficult because there's really BAYC as well. It's really difficult to create an NFT collection that has any legs because generally, especially with these Pudgy Penguins, it's just these cute little profile pictures or with various levels of utility. Unless you're able to sustain that over the long term, it's going to be really, really difficult. I mean, even BAYC has had a really, really difficult time sort of sustaining themselves over the long term. I mean, the value of that is just plummeted. Just recently we saw, I think things that were 2 million were down to 60,000 and things like that. So I think that I think NFTs, until people start looking at them more as technology and less as art, that's when you're going to start seeing a lot of more use cases around NFTs.
So Jason, what are the current and upcoming trends in the NFT market?
So currently there are, I think that we've seen a lot of volume go away from the NFT market lately. And it's until Bitcoin stops being profitable for a lot of people and then altcoin stops being profitable for a lot of people, I don't think you're going to start seeing a lot of resurgence in the NFT market, particularly because meme coins are a thing, right? I mean, if you're going to bet on a photograph, betting on a meme is very, very similar. So it takes some of a lot of that same group of people that would be interested in investing in an NFT or investing in an NFT is probably a better way of putting it. Those guys are buying, meme coins, and meme coins are generating massive interest, massive volumes. And so I think it's about the area of the market that you're targeting, right? If you're an NFT, you're targeting a certain type of investor, and then those investors now have to also contend with memes, and then the fact that memes can be incredibly profitable for some people. So I think that's something that's going to be really difficult for the NFT market to get over. But I think it really depends on what happens. Every season is different. So you see a bull run. Every bull run is different, right? So right. We really have yet to see a compelling narrative come out of this bull run, other than AI, which has sort of been floating around for a while. There's not really been a narrative, and so NFTs was a narrative a little while ago, but that's no longer true. Even there was Bitcoin NFTs were a narrative for a while. Now I think Bitcoin Fi is something that people are going to be looking at a lot. And consequently, when it comes to more riskier areas, I think NFTs are going to suffer. I don't think it's going to be we're ever going to see the heights of NFT trading volume that we did before, unless something happens to meme coins, and that goes away and things change. We don't know how things are going to change. That's the question.
Okay. So what are the future events that you are looking at that can impact the market situation?
Well, I mean, obviously, a lot of people are looking at the inauguration. A lot of people believe that Bitcoin is going to keep bumping till the inauguration, perhaps right after. And a lot of people, because there's just a whole bunch of things that are coming in with the new administration that are extremely, pro crypto, and I think we are in unprecedented times because you have an administration, multiple individuals in the administration that are involved in crypto or have been involved in crypto in the recent past, which is something that we've never seen before, right? So I think we're in completely unprecedented times. So it's going to be really difficult to sort of predict where the market goes. I do think that Bitcoin is gonna blow up even more so this year than really. It's going to have the best year it's ever had, I think. Well, in recent memory, anyways. Particularly because of the new market, and then after that, we see the post inauguration. The next thing you look at is sort of Chinese New Year. So a lot of times Chinese New Year tends to be a little bit dead as far as the crypto market is concerned, and then things start picking up right after that. So I would probably be looking at either like late January or let's say mid-February, something like that.
So hoping the NFT market rebounds and finds its lost glory. Thank you so much, Jason, for giving us your valuable time and having this conversation with us. Thank you so much.
Sure, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
That's all this conversation for now. This is Murchi Sharma signing off. Do like, share and subscribe to 3 TV, and for more information stories log on to our website www.3versteve.io or scan the QR code.